Hello everyone, it's Philip from Hunky Monkey. This is our new Japanese designed sealer. It doesn't have instructions, well it does, but it's all in Japanese, hence the reason we're making this video, so you guys know how to use it effectively. I mean there's some video diagrams, photo diagrams of how to use it. It's fairly straightforward, but just in case we're going to do this video. So first off, I can't stress this how important enough this is. You have to use 1.5 volt AA batteries which are of decent quality. Now I've got two here, one which is obviously pretty good, decent quality Duracell long lasting batteries, and then I have loads of zinc chloride batteries which are from the pound shop, and as you can see you get loads for £1, whereas these you get for probably £4 for 4. Generally speaking, if you're not sure about quality etc, just feel the weight of the battery. If it feels like air and it's very light, then generally speaking it's not too great. If you compare this weight with this weight, there's a massive difference. So that's one way of checking. Now this obviously has a power test on it, so you can see the current power. So that's almost full. So that's ideally what the batteries you want to use, and obviously if it goes halfway or just below half, you can still use it with this device. But just to make sure, you can see here these batteries are used for low power devices. So you can see here it says are excellent for low drain devices. For high drain devices you need different type of batteries. So that's the very first thing you need to do. Make sure you're using the correct batteries. Otherwise, as I'll show you soon, you'll have mixed results with these. Sometimes they won't work at all, sometimes they will. So let's open it up. So this is how you receive it. We test some of the items before they're sent out. So this one we've already used. As you can see, there's some colouring along the element. That's nothing to worry about. It's just that we've tested it before, and that's just the colouring that comes off or on the actual plastic bags themselves. Now, the mistake most people make is they put the batteries the wrong way around. So all you have to do is pull this section here, and then this is where you put the batteries in. Now when you do put them in, just make sure you put them in the correct way. So the bottom, the positive should be facing the left hand side, and the top facing the right. You just need to look closely and you'll be able to see. I mean, it's not very clear in certain light, but you'll be able to see which way the batteries go. They should go in the opposite directions. They should never be facing the same direction. So first what I'm going to do is just try these cheap batteries and see how well they work, just as a test and to show you the difference. So this positive goes to the right, and then the top positive goes to the left. Let's close that up, and then we can start sealing. So we've got some almonds already open, as you can see, and we'll just slide it across and see what happens. So just pinch pretty tightly and then pull it across. Right, as you can see, it hasn't done a very good job. It's still pretty much open. It didn't seal it very well, and that's purely because of the battery. So if I just take, this is not a very thick plastic, so it didn't do a very good job. So we'll take these out and replace them with these, and you should see a massive difference. Of course, depending on the plastic you're using, if it's very thin, you can slide it across very fast. If it's thick, then you'll slide it across a bit slower. So let's try that again. As you can see, there's an immediate difference. It sealed it pretty tight. That's the part I didn't seal. Let's just seal that properly. There you go. So that's how important correct batteries are. This device is very, I mean, there's loads of these kind of devices on the market. The majority of them are really cheap, flimsy devices that any kind of manufacturer makes, and people just send them in bulk over here and just sell them as and when they are. But I mean, we only sell quality products. So this, as I said, this is a Japanese design item. It's very sturdy and it does the job very well. Just ensure you use the correct batteries. Now, as you can see, it's ideal for when you want to seal stuff like this. You know, you've got pasta, which you can never eat in one sitting. Neither can you use all of this curry powder in one sitting. I mean, these crisps I could probably eat all on my own because I'm greedy, but majority, the average person, won't be able to. So I'm going to go and seal all of these so you can see how effective this item is. As you can see, that's open. Again, it needs some practice, but you get used to it after a while. Depending on the thickness of the plastic, you get used to it. You know how fast, how slowly to use it. Of course, when you're first starting off, you can't. It's difficult to start at the very edge, so just start slightly inwards to start off with, and then you can come back and seal the rest. This is quite difficult to seal because it's all over the place. Okay, there you are. And then, because I haven't sealed this part, just turn it around. We'll just start from the same spot. Kind of messed it up, I didn't get it lined, but anyway. You can see it sealed it really well. I'll do this rice. Now this rice is a very thin plastic, so what you'll find, I mean, one thing I want to add as well is that some people say that not with this particular item, but I've heard stories with other items where they seal it and it burns the plastic and it contaminates the food, which, as you can see, there's no smoke whatsoever with this product. It seals quickly, easily, and it doesn't release any chemical smoke or anything. So, I mean, of course, if you was to hold it down for a really long period of time and actually burn the plastic to melt it to an extent, of course there will be. But if you use it properly, you won't have any such issues. Now, this is a thin plastic, so with this, you would slide it across fairly quickly, simply because it doesn't need that much heat to seal it. You can see it. Now, you have to. This was because of the actual seam, as you can see here. So when it comes to this part, you have to take it a bit slowly across that. So if we just do it again, because obviously it's a thicker plastic. So when you come across the seam, you can either just go over it again and just do it slightly slower, and it should seal it. Yeah, so that's sealed. Again, as I said, you can turn it back around, so when you started, you will just take it from there and go back across to seal it properly. With the very thin plastics, sometimes it will cut the bag because obviously it's very thin, but it's not an issue. It's still sealed, as you can see here. You can just literally pull it all off if you wanted to, or cut it off, is entirely up to you. But there's still a really good seal there. Nothing's gonna come out of that. Pasta, slightly thicker plastic. So we'll take it a bit slower. Well, there's only this, we'll only seal this part here. But as I mentioned, when you have bags with a seal running up, there's obviously a thicker, it's like double or triple plastic layer. So that part you have to take it slowly to seal it properly. So as you can see, it's a very, very handy device, especially if you open big bags of food that you can't possibly eat or use in one sitting. Again, cereal bag, pretty thin plastic, slide it across fairly quickly. There's a seal in the middle, so let's take it a bit slowly across the seal and then speed it up towards the end. And let's seal the beginning where we started. Almost done. I just want to show one more time. So obviously that's an open. This plastic's quite thick as well. I just want to show you one more time of the effectiveness of the batteries, because I mean I've made a similar video in the past, and believe it or not, people still use these batteries, use really cheap batteries, and I can't stress it enough. Please use decent batteries, otherwise obviously we get customer queries saying why isn't my sealer working, and 9 times out of 10 it's for this reason. Again, I'm going to take it very slowly because I know these batteries are near enough useless for these type of devices. Sometimes, as I said, it's hit and miss. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. But ideally, you don't want to be spending this much time trying to seal stuff. So you can see that's sealed it because I've done it very slowly. I'm going to open it up again and then use these batteries, and you'll see I'll be able to do it much quicker with the same result. Change them up. If you've got thick plastic, really thick plastic bags that you need to seal, just forget about these entirely because they just can't generate enough power. Got curry powder all over the device, hopefully it doesn't affect it. You can see I've done that much quicker, and it's sealed it just as well. And it's just seal the edges. There you have it. That's ripped from where I tried to undo it, so I'm not even going to bother try and show you the seal, otherwise it's going to go everywhere. So that's everything. There's one more bag. I won't bother doing that. I think you've got the point now. So if you do have any questions, or for any reason your item still isn't working, there are a few things you can troubleshoot. So when you first start to use the item and you're not sure, if you're adamant you've put the batteries the correct way round, and it still doesn't work, it's not sealing anything, just hold down the device so it's actually in use for probably about, I don't know, 20 seconds or so, and then if you fill the batteries, they should be slightly warm. That's one way of checking to see whether or not the device is working. If that's okay and it's still not sealing the bag effectively, just make sure you use different bags. Sometimes, as I said, the thickness varies a lot, so you need to take it slow or faster depending on the thickness of the bag. And if you're still not having any luck, then obviously contact us and we'll either try to troubleshoot for you or arrange a refund or replacement. And that's about it. If you have any queries or questions, just contact us. Thank you.